And welcome back to Guys Un Podcast. This is part 2 of episode 1. And my name is Anthony. I'm brought to you with Cooper and Ethan, as
Hello.
last episode. And currently, in our last episode, we talked about the Xbox reveal event, Ghost of Tsushima, PS5, the disc tray controversy, and The Last of Us 2. It was a pretty eventful episode. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It was pretty nice. Okay, so to start off with today, or this part of the episode, we're going to start off talking about the death of Mixer, how it's failing. And Mixer is going to be going out of business, or going taken out completely in...
Roughly 3 days.
Yeah, about 3 days. So these are the final days of Mixer. And the two streamers that benefited from this the most are Ninja and Shroud, because just recently they both got signed to Mixer for multi-million-dollar contracts, and then this happened, so they both got released. Well, no, not necessarily. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. But they both got released from the contracts, but they got to keep the money, and I have a feeling, and I believe there's word to believe that Ninja's staying with YouTube. Oddly enough, he's gonna start streaming on YouTube for whatever reason.
Yeah,
and
I think I heard about that. Where Shroud's going.
I believe Shroud's going to Twitch. But Mixer was just failing. It wasn't bringing in Microsoft enough money, so they just decided to terminate it altogether. Okay, on to the next topic.
It's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
He, he got
That's
banned.
a fun one.
And, he didn't know why. We don't know why. Nobody knows why.
No one knows why.
Except for a couple people at Twitch.
People that banned him.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows why. I want to know why, because I love Doc. And I really don't know why this would have happened. I would think it would be from a sort of misconduct, because, Doc has more of a semi-toxic presence in the online community.
Yes, but I never saw any misconduct.
Yeah, but it you know how Twitch is with the couple snowflakes. But that's here nor there. Anyways, Doc's starting to stream on he's going to start streaming exclusively on his own website. So that's pretty neat.
I wonder how that's going to go.
I'm interested to find out.
I guess we'll see when we get to it.
Yeah, I'm interested to find out. Because I actually have high hopes for it, because if it works well, he might just stay doing that, and that way he'll get more money than ever. Well, no, not... Yeah, because he'll just start getting more publicity, and he'll start getting more deals again. But as of right now, he still has his contract with G Fuel, which is good.
Yeah, that's still good.
He's lost a couple, but I can't remember exactly which companies it was.
I don't really watch him that much, but has he been streaming like anywhere else on any other platforms recently?
No, not since the Twitch thing. He hasn't even he hasn't been talking to his friends, like at all, like any of his streamer friends. He's ghosted everybody. Well, then he released the very weird YouTube video, or not weird, but vague, and then after that we found out, that he was going to start streaming on his own website. Now everything's kind of coming back to normal, which is good. I like to see that. But so I know you guys haven't seen it, but Badlands Chugs did his most recent video is where he took the world's biggest wine glass and he chugged a full thing of PewDiePie G Fuel. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'll give him that. I mean, It looked delicious though. If I'm not lying, or I'm not gonna lie, like it looked pretty nice. And then Badlands Chugs did the thing where he's like, "I'm going to drink the ocean." I was like, okay. I mean, all right. It didn't taste good because a life straw doesn't take the taste out of it.
Uh, One of my favorite videos is where he does like the longest the longest burp ever.
Oh
He goes on
yeah,
for like a Sprite cranberry. Yeah.
yeah. Did you guys ever see the one where he filled a Das Boot with salsa and he drank the salsa?
Yes.
That made me so uncomfortable, but it was great.
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds actually kind of disgusting.
I can't remember what the other dude's name is, but he's the bodybuilder that also does the same thing. And he
Big
drank.
money.
Yes, but he drank a Das Boot full of the thick water, and I was like, oh, that's even worse.
Oh, the thick
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
That's
My
disgusting.
favorite Big Lenny
Oh,
incident is the egg.
oh, oh, not the egg. Oh, for viewers that don't know what we're talking about, there's this meme that we really like where there's a super ridiculous bodybuilder named Big Lenny, and he was working out, and the cameraman was like watching Big Lenny, and it was like a vlog almost. And Big Lenny
Stops to
reaches
get
in
a
his
snack.
bag. Yeah, he goes to get a snack. He reaches in his bag, pulls out a whole raw egg, and he puts it in his mouth, and all you hear is and then the cameraman starts questioning him, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, but okay, next thing. So I know we've talked about it, but not on the podcast. The revival of Black Ops 1 with PewDiePie, where he accidentally re-uploaded one of his old 2000 late 2010 videos, and it gained so much traction, even though it was an accidental re-upload, that uh, Black Ops 1's multiplayer and online overall has been booming more than it has in the past 3 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've
And
been playing it last few days.
yeah,
It's been great.
it's ridiculous that one it wasn't even on purpose. And he has
Yeah.
such a big presence that it literally brought back a game from the dead. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome, you know? Like, I wish I could
Yeah.
do that. Nobody would
Yeah.
nobody would care, but yeah, exactly, maybe. But now we're out of topics. So what else is there to we still got 7 more minutes.
All right. The big version of Comic Con has been happening in the last few days. Not too many big reveals. Like, yeah, just not too much. They've had a few panels here and there.
Okay.
They revealed like some stuff about the movie, the New Mutants.
Oh,
That
okay.
looked pretty cool.
Oh,
But
one I just thought about. You guys pumped for Cyberpunk?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
totally. I've already pre-ordered it.
I'm definitely gonna be getting it. It's in my cart.
I plan to get it first chance it goes on sale.
It's even though it's gonna be a while before it's gonna be a year before multiplayer comes out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you heard.
It's
Yeah.
that it's still gonna be good though. Like
Yeah. Because.
there's too much customization, dog.
Oh yeah, way too much.
Trying not to get demonetized, but
Leave it at that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. But definitely, I have high hopes for it. It'll be good, and not even for the fact
Yeah.
that it has Keanu Reeves in it. That has nothing to do with it. The game looks promising, personally,
Yeah.
or it looks like it's
Yeah.
something that I would rather enjoy.
It's gonna
Okay,
have
so, Arrow, go ahead, Cooper. Actually, before we change topics.
sorry. I think it's gonna have great open world. It's gonna be. I think they said it's gonna be smaller than the GTA map. GTA 5 maybe, but it's still gonna be pretty big.
I got you.
Yeah, the GTA 5 map was big. It was just empty in some places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the desert.
Yes, of course.
But so let's talk about old news for a minute, or like really old news. You guys know the Shenmue games. You know, it's a very big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody knows Shenmue. So, did you guys ever see the infamous 3-hour walking scene in Shenmue 2?
No.
There's a
No.
scene where you have to walk from one village to another through the mountains, and it's a 3-hour long scene. It takes 3 in real life hours, and the thing is, you
Man.
can't just leave your Xbox on and walk away, because you have to literally interact with the person you're walking with the entire time, and if you don't, the walk just keeps cycling. So you literally have to sit there and talk to a fictional person for 3 hours. You know, like, man, that's more than I talk to normal people, honestly.
Be boring
Yeah, it was.
for sure.
And there was the
Be
books.
some
There was the
opportunity to make some more podcasts, though.
honestly, yeah. And there was the book stacking section in Shenmue 2, which is grueling. There's a section where you had to move uh, a lot of books. It was like 120 books. So it was like 50 stacks or something. It was ridiculous. It was a bunch of books. And you had to do it by pressing button combinations in a very specific order. And you didn't have a lot of time to do it. And if you messed up even once, you'd have to restart the entire thing. And if
Yeah.
you were too slow, you would fail. So it was grueling, and you literally couldn't get past it. You couldn't play the rest of the game until you did it. And it was roughly 25% way through the game.
It's crazy.
Oh, and a continuation on what we talked about last episode about how I played Final Fantasy VII, the old one, a lot. Currently, I have 32 hours in Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Little to say, I am
Very impressive.
definitely enjoying it. Okay, so we're gonna dedicate the last 3.5 minutes or 2.5 actually, to bring a message to the viewers. We this coming week, we're gonna have a new member joining us. Well, it's a member that's already a
Yeah.
part of the team, but he couldn't be here today for he had vacation. He had a vacation that he was gone. Oh. But he will be here. And we have 2 more people lined up in the future. It's pretty exciting. There will be more people lined up to be on the podcast, but we haven't arranged anybody yet. We haven't reached out to anyone aside from the 2 people joining us after our permanent member.
We're working on it.
Yeah, exactly. Once we get them, or once we get our permanent member on the team, then we can start working. We can start worrying about what guests we're having on after that. But currently, we only have 2 more guests lined up. But outside of that, there's really not much else for us to talk about right now.
Yeah,
We'll probably make a part 3.
Yeah, totally.
We're gonna sit here and give it a little bit of time to stew for a little bit before we make part 3 of this episode. Because mind you guys, we're still in episode 1. So, but we're gonna try and make episodes pretty consistently. And
I'd say about every 2 or 3 days or so.
if not more frequent than that, you know, like it's gonna be one of those things where we do it multiple times a week, but we can do it as many times a week as we want.
Yeah, I would just say.
So if you
I just
see,
want to preface something. Don't expect more than 1 or 2 videos a day.
yeah, well, I mean, if there's more than that, that's just because that's how bored we were. Simple as that.
Or it's a very special event.
Alright, and this has been part 2 of episode 1 of the Boys